The late news at 11 starts with breaking news.
Thanks for meeting me at 11. I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. We begin tonight with an arrest in the heartbreaking case of the murder of 13-year-old Rose DeJuste. Take a look. Deputies walk a shirtless and handcuffed Jerry Dorsme to a patrol car. He's accused of killing Rose and leaving her body at an apartment complex on the 4th of July. He faces first-degree felony murder charges. Deputies say people called in to let them know where Dorsme was after seeing this surveillance video of him yesterday. The sheriff's office is expected to hold a press conference tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. You can watch it on Good Day Extra right here on Fox 35. And a teen is behind bars accused of shooting and killing their mom and her much younger boyfriend. Police say the teen even admitted to it all. Manny Martinez is live in Palm Bay tonight. So Manny, police say the teen made a fake 911 call?
Yeah, Marlisa, and police say the teen, who we are not naming because of her age, tried to stage a home invasion but was sloppy. A mental health counselor who we spoke with tonight says this case is an anomaly. The teen faces 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder in this case, Marlisa.
So, Manny, do we know if the teenager will be charged as an adult?
Prosecutors are reviewing all of the facts in this case, Marlisa. They say that they're not rushed to make that decision because in a case like this one, a judge can order the teen to stay in juvenile detention. Marlisa?
All right, Manny, thanks so much for keeping tabs on this story for us. All eyes on President Joe Biden's big boy press conference. That's what his team actually called it because the president would take questions from reporters. It comes in the wake of his poor debate performance just weeks ago. And tonight, there were some confusing moments for everyone who was watching.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president because I think she's not qualified to be president. So let's start there. Number one, the fact is that the consideration is that I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once.
Democrats continue to call for him to exit the election. The president has vehemently denied he would drop out. President Biden is scheduled to campaign in Michigan on Friday. In Orlando tonight, we are getting to the bottom of some curfew confusion. The city and police seemingly stop a parking garage curfew. You may remember back in May, the city announcing it would limit access starting at 11 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. Now they're saying it's no more. Kelsey Cairns is live in downtown. So, Kelsey, how are businesses now reacting to the change?
Yeah, so the businesses that we spoke to were just as surprised to hear about this news as we were earlier this evening. Now, we learned the city actually confirmed that they stopped this curfew back in May. So we're talking weeks ago. It's now July. Now, I reached out to the Orlando Police Department asking why the curfew was stopped and if there are any plans in the future this summer to mitigate the crowds in downtown Orlando. I have yet to hear back. Reporting live in Orange County tonight, I'm Kelsey Cairns for the late news at 11.
Kelsey, thanks so much. And temperatures are rising and quickly. Take a look. 90s now and high 90s this weekend. We want to get right over to meteorologist Noah Berger. And so, Noah, tell us what we can expect when we wake up in the morning.
Yeah, Marlisa, temperatures will be above average for sure. We'll be upper 70s in most spots. 76 tonight in Orlando, 76 when you wake up in Leesburg, 76 Daytona, 73 Ocala and Gainesville, 76 in Melbourne, and 78 Cocoa Beach. Rain chances about 50% tomorrow. They come up a little bit for the weekend, down on Monday, then back up on Tuesday. But all in all, it's midsummer, so that's what's typical, somewhere around 50, 60, 70%. All right, morning lows the next few days will be above average. I wanted to show this chart because look at the average low is 73, so very warm nights this week and weekend. All right, in terms of the heat index in Orlando, Sunday is when it'll peak at 108. Areas west of the city, definitely I could see some 110, 113. Yes, you heard that correctly. Heat index readings on Sunday afternoon. Here's the air temperature trend. Hottest day by the thermometer will be on Sunday, but the humidity will actually continue to increase after this as we go into the middle part of next week. We'll talk much more about those storm chances coming up.
Tears of joy tonight as a woman stuck in Turks and Caicos for almost 2 months is finally back home with her family. Hannah McKenzie was at the airport tonight as Sharita Greer was reunited with her loved ones. Hannah, it was an emotional homecoming when Greer's family was finally able to wrap their arms around her.
Emotional to say the least, Marlisa. There was cheering, there was laughter, there were tears of joy, as you mentioned, and of course there was plenty of hugging going on. And she told me tonight that she is blessed to be back home and she has no plans of stepping on a plane in the near future.
Now, Sharita spent a few nights in jail and she was also ordered to pay a $1,500 fine. But Hannah, what did she say she's doing with her first night of freedom back at home?
That was definitely what the entire family was focused on tonight. And she told me first they plan to have a big family meal together, followed by a huge slumber party with all of her grandchildren, Marlisa.
Oh, I know they're excited. Hannah, thanks so much for following this story for us. All right, imagine this in your front yard. All new at 11, 2 pretty good-sized black bears walk right into our viewer Olga Martinez's front yard in DeBerry. They walk around a little, then make their way over to a slide, but they keep it pushing when this happens.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Well, they don't seem to mind the alert and continue moseying on by, but they may be a little camera shy or at least not ready for their close-up yet. It did happen at 7 this morning after all. Olga says when the Ring camera sent a notification to her phone, that's when she realized what was outside her door.
I have names for all the different bears. That was Mama and Papa Bear because they were huge. There's a teenage bear, there's a baby bear. They're always in my front yard, in my neighborhood. I have avocado trees. They eat my avocados. They love them. I keep them healthy.
Oh my goodness. Olga says the teenage bear was in her yard last night around 9. She also says the bears are scared of them and take off running if they make any noise. By the way, wildlife experts say if you do come across a bear, you should wave your hands in the air and yell, "Hey bear." Hopefully that works out. Well, a K-9 leads the way during a chaotic chase for what deputies call a dangerous man.
Pretty sure he went into that house.
A police officer's view shows cracking down on crime is not just a one-man job. And do you like those little bottles of hotel shampoo? You all know the ones you usually take home at the end of your trip. Well, they may not become a lot easier to get your hands on. Why mini toiletries could be a thing of the past pretty soon. And our nightlights take us to downtown Orlando. No music tonight because, I mean, look at this. The City Beautiful sings for itself. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on the Late News at 11. Don't go too far. We will be right back.
I'm deeply connected to my family's history and culture, and that's why I love living in Orlando. In the morning, every minute matters, and as a traffic anchor, I'm going to help you save some time. I'm a human GPS. I can't help it. I'll see you on Good Day Orlando.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
All new at 11, a police officer's view shows the grit law enforcement officers go through to track down wanted suspects. Kelsey Karen shows us how sometimes they get a little help along the way. Well, the sheriff's office says Miller has a long history of violence. This time he faces battery and resisting arrest charges. Police rushed to figure out how a little boy ended up on a busy street in the middle of the night. The 3-year-old was picked up by a couple who, luckily for him, called 911.
He said, "Can I get in the car? Can I get in the car?" So here, get in the car.
This happened in Gwinnett County, Georgia last week. The couple says they saw the 3-year-old running into the street. His parents nowhere in sight. Police tried asking the boy where he lived, but he didn't know.
And what were you thinking when you didn't see any adults?
That I'm not going to leave this baby out here on the side of the road.
The mother tried to punish her child by telling the child that if his behavior didn't improve, that she would just leave him at the park.
Just terrible. Police did arrest the mom. And in Maryland, police arrest 2 suspects accused of stealing airbags from cars. Officers shared body camera footage from the arrest early yesterday morning. A 25-year-old man and 15-year-old teen were taken into custody. Police say they recovered 31 stolen airbags from a stolen car. Now, you might be wondering, why in the world would someone steal an airbag? Well, they can actually be reinstalled in cars from less ethical repair shops. And there are vending machines in some states that sell ammo. A company called American Rounds started installing ammo-filled vending machines in grocery stores. The CEO says the machines can be found in Alabama, Oklahoma, and Texas. They have facial recognition software to prevent theft and sales to minors. Well, those mini toiletries hotels typically put out for you may be a thing of the past. New York City just banned them. We've seen more hotels in Florida and all over switching to refillable soap and shampoo bottles. Richard Giacovas explains the impact. Theme parks use steam for all sorts of special effects, and a surprisingly small machine actually makes it happen. We're getting a view inside the park's special effects. And it's not only athletes headed to the 2024 Olympics. Horses representing Team USA get packed up and flown out to Paris from Florida. So what does it take exactly? Well, we'll show you some of their journey.
We've got the largest network of weather cameras anywhere in the region, so you can keep your family safe. You can depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
A company in South Florida is helping fly horses to the Olympics. The Duda Corporation is responsible for making sure world-class show horses are in place for equestrian events, including the Olympics. They say the travel is similar to human flights. There's even a business class where only 2 horses travel together and an economy class where 3 horses are together. The company says an attendant always travels with the horses, and the containers are as comfortable as can be for a horse. In case you're wondering, it cost about $30,000 round trip. Orlando's theme parks have plenty of special effects that just wow guests on a daily basis. And a small new machine could be adding even more oohs and ahs. Matt Trezza has a view inside one local company bringing steam to the parks. Matt, thanks so much. Universal Orlando revealing its 8th haunted house for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. This one based on the popular horror movie franchise Insidious. Take a look. The Insidious The Further starts with bringing fans through the red door. Inside, there are popular film figures like Keyface and the Bride in Black. It allows guests to jump into the shoes of the Lambert family, who the fictional series is based on. Halloween Horror Nights starts August 30th. And an early retirement fueled by tacos? Sounds like a dream for this pregnant woman. Well, Noah, how Taco Bell is kind of making that dream a reality.
Fox 35 News is sponsored by ePass.
The fight to fund the Fringe Festival. Organizers are trying to get the governor to fund art programs across the state. Last week, he vetoed $32 million set aside for those programs. Marley Capper takes a look at the deal the Fringe Festival is offering the governor. We're in the business of keeping you informed and not wasting your time. So with that in mind, here are a couple stories happening across the country you'll want to know about. First, a little bit of relief for all of us. Inflation hits a little cool down, and it's a sign the worst may soon be behind us. According to the latest report by the Labor Department, consumer prices dropped slightly from May to June. Now, this was the first monthly decline in overall inflation since 2020. And a new report says customs officers are seizing millions of dollars worth of counterfeit drugs. This includes the popular weight loss drug Ozempic. The World Health Organization says the fake drugs contain a fake version of semaglutide. Other fake drugs they're seeing: fillers, Botox, and even birth control. And in Marion County, an 18-year-old is accused of having sex with a 13-year-old, then bragging about it. Deputies say Logan Raverty threatened to impregnate the victim to force the relationship to continue. He reportedly admitted to sexually battering the victim several times. He's charged with 5 counts of lewd and lascivious battery. An update now. Suspended Orlando City Commissioner Regina Hill was back in court today. She asked a judge to let her return to the home at the center of the investigation against her. Hill has pleaded not guilty to falsifying documents and taking $100,000 from a 96-year-old woman in her district. Her trial is set to begin in September. The judge will rule on today's issue at a later date. This nuisance home right here was just about to be demolished in Seminole County, but crews hit another snag. They found asbestos. The home has $220,000 in liens for code violations. The sheriff's office was called out 166 times in about 3 years for different disturbances. The property owners did not meet a May 9th deadline from the county to fix the issues. The co-owner of the property just won his portion back in probate after his father passed away. He told Fox 35 in April that he didn't realize he was inheriting such a mess. He also did not realize the $27,000 demolition fee would be added to the bill he now shares for liens on the house.
I just don't want to see something my grandmother and grandfather worked their whole lives for destroyed for nothing.
We called the owner of the house today. She did not answer. She did tell Fox 35 in the past that she wants to sue the county if they demolished the house. In Melbourne, this is what 3,600 pounds of trash looks like, at least part of it. It was found piled up near O'Galley High School. The city's working to remove several homeless camps and dumping sites in the area. The city's mayor says it is an ongoing problem there, and more fencing will be installed to keep the trash out in the future. The second largest ship in the world is sitting at Port Canaveral. Esther Bauer gives us a look inside Utopia of the Seas. Looks like a lot of fun. Well, the Orange County Commission is expected to give the green light to 3 new off-campus student housing developments this week. This could bring over 3,600 bed accommodations to the area near UCF. These 3 complexes will all be located along North Alafaya Trail just off the campus. Developers are working closely with the university to get free shuttle transportation to the campus to help clear up traffic issues in the area as well.
My intention of this whole area is to try to get as many cars off the road as possible. And if we were to put affordable housing there and the traditional housing, it would cause more traffic on these roads that can't handle it. So the best option is student housing because of less trips.
It's not yet known how much the developments will cost, when they'll be constructed, or when they could be finished. Coming up on the late news at 11, a modern-day MySpace surging to the top of the App Store. The new mashup allowing Gen Z to connect with others who share similar interests.
Nightlights is sponsored by Ocean Bank, taking business further.
A new social media platform is gaining popularity. It's being dubbed the MySpace for Gen Z. It's called the No Place app, and Fox 35's Jennifer Williams explains what sets it apart from platforms like X and Instagram. In the Fox 35 Sports Zone tonight, we are just weeks away from the Summer Olympics, and some big-time track athletes are getting ready right here in Central Florida. Fox 35 sports reporter Jessica Ely shows us how they're preparing to compete on the world stage. Well, new tonight, Delta Airlines says the Summer Olympics in Paris are causing them a lot of problems. Delta says the games will cost them $100 million in revenue. Travelers are skipping trips to Paris in an effort to avoid the even busier city. Delta is set to have the most service to Paris of any U.S. airline and also holds a joint venture with Air France. The airline says travelers are going places that are less crowded. Now, this comes as European travel has seen a big demand this summer. The Summer Olympics run from July 26th through August 11th. Hey, how does early retirement sound? Well, Taco Bell is helping some fans make that happen. Sort of. The fast food chain is opening up an early retirement community for Taco Bell Rewards members who are 21 or older. The Cantinas will open in San Diego on August 17th and 18th. It's basically a resort vacation. You can buy a day pass for $50 or a weekend membership for $150. Now, a lot of the activities are ones you may get at a retirement community. We're talking aerobics, pickleball, and early dinners. So, Noah, this is definitely interesting. I mean, I'm all for early retirement. Sign me up.
Do we get unlimited tacos, though?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I ain't doing it if there's not unlimited tacos, and that's a deal breaker. The pickleball does sound cool, though. It's a new, taking that up. But if there's not unlimited tacos, it's not for me. All right, temperatures out there now, 70s to near 80. I tell you what was pretty vibrant tonight. Beautiful sunset. We had this from earlier. That was from Ocala, the Marion County camera. This from Seminole County, from our TV station. Just beautiful. We had that veil of clouds today that departed, and once it departed, we had just enough of thin clouds left over with the dust that was also in the atmosphere to produce a beauty that was also from downtown. And this from Melissa. Beautiful photo here. Got this photo in, I believe, Lake Mary. You see there, she got the beautiful picture there of the orange and red. And we also got another one here from Patrick. Patrick got a great shot because I love this one. You got a little foreground, the tree, the pool. Beautiful shot here. You can call these different couple types of clouds. Maybe a little bit of mackerel sky where it looks like the scales of a fish a little bit, not really quite, but these are more cumulus clouds, and then these thin ones up over there are more cirrus clouds. So a great shot there indeed, influenced by the Saharan dust, which you can see that pushing down to the south, and that will allow more thunderstorms tomorrow to form. It's 80 in Nashville, 82 in Raleigh, same temperature as it is here in Orlando, 79 down in South Beach, 81 in Tallahassee, and 80 over in New Orleans. All right, so for tomorrow, dust is going to be departing, and what the Saharan dust layer in the atmosphere does is it suppresses thunderstorms and clouds from forming. Because remember what a cloud is, the temperature and the dew point are close. So when there's dust in the air, you don't really get that as easily. So tomorrow, with less dust in the air, there'll be more storms, but they'll be mainly from the city south. Notice here's 4 o'clock, a decent downpour right basically over the airport. Pretty good chance it'd be a ground stop or some kind of impact to inbound and outbound flights. So heads up for that in late afternoon or evening. But notice areas north pretty dry for tomorrow. Saturday, different story. If you're hitting the beaches, I think the beaches will be pretty good. We'll watch for the western zones on Sunday or Saturday. Notice here from Ocala to the Villages down towards Claremont, but areas, let's say Titusville, Mims, Cocoa Beach, up to New Smyrna, probably stay pretty dry Saturday, where places like Ocala, Gainesville, Villages, you get the idea. Probably get a decent number of storms on Sunday. So 92 tomorrow, 94 Saturday, 96 on Sunday. When you factor the humidity, Sunday will be about 110, 112, 95 on Monday, 95 next Tuesday. And if you love hot weather, you're going to love next week because don't see any sign of a front or a big drop in temperature anytime soon. Stay cool, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
All right, Costco lovers, listen up. Shopping is about to get a little more expensive for you. That's because membership prices are going up for the first time in 7 years. About 52 million customers will be impacted. Annual membership fees will go up to $70. That is a $5 increase. Executive memberships will jump to $130 a year. The new membership rates will start on September 1st. New at 11, some Florida deputies step up to help some very small creatures. Check this out. Lee County deputies rescued several baby turtles from a sewage drain at Bonita Springs. The babies were on the beach and became a little disoriented when lights in the area were left on. The 15 babies fell into the nearby drain after crawling away from the water. The deputies used a special tool to get the turtles out. They turned them over to a turtle rescue. The deputies were invited back to help release them back into the ocean. And check this out. A boater got a little too close to a pod of whales in the Atlantic Ocean, if you ask me. A man was rowing for a fundraiser to benefit a mental health charity in the UK when a large pod of whales surrounded him. Right there. He says it was an amazing sight, but also pretty scary. All right, say goodbye to the overcast skies. The sun is coming back in a major way. We're checking in with meteorologist Noah Berggren as soon as we get back.
In the morning, every minute matters. And as a traffic anchor, I'm going to help you save some time. I'm a human GPS. I can't help it. I'll see you on Good Day Orlando.
All right, thanks for sticking with us. Temperatures tonight are in the low 80s right now, 82 in Orlando, 80 in Claremont. No rain tonight. It's going to be dry overnight. It's really humid, but you don't need me to tell you that. You just step outside, you can feel it. Still at this hour, there's a heat index of almost 90 in Orlando, and we're coming up less than 3 minutes to midnight. All right, your quick tropical update. It's going to be quiet for the next several weeks. To be honest, I think we're going to get a nice spell of nothing. Zero. No actual storms that are going to form, so which is good because this will be a very memorable storm. Earliest category 4 ever, earliest category 5. The impact to these smaller islands of the Windward Islands will not make, it's not going to make the news every day after the storm. But honestly, those poor people in these smaller islands got absolutely hit so hard from the hurricane. And a lot of these, Carriacou down in here, beautiful islands. It's going to be years until that place gets back to normal with the infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt. Yucatan, Cozumel got hit by about a category 2. The Houston area, there's still people without power in the Houston area from what was category 1 strike there, and then all the inland rains and tornadoes that happen from Beryl. So for us right now, we've got a couple of sprinkles out there, but not much. The dust is moving out, and it's going to get really hot for the weekend. Great beach weather, temperatures into the upper 90s. If you love hot weather, Marlisa, this is a forecast for you, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I love it hot. We can get rid of the rain, though. All right, thanks so much for meeting us tonight at 11. Hope you have a great night and an even better tomorrow. We'll see you then.